Truckers X TV on air. We are now live in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. In the previous episode, we did Trucy's testimony, and we had to prove whether she actually did the sword trick or not. And anyways, today, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be beginning with the last witness, the rating garage. There you go. But anyways, today, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, make sure to do me a favor and make sure to hit that like button, and your support is greatly appreciated. Now we're down to one strike left. If we get this wrong, then it's over. So what I'm gonna do in this gameplay is just gonna look at this guide, because really, the previous episode, towards the very end, somehow the game screwed me over with costing one strike for no reason. So anyways, let's go. Retinez, the lady Elijah, now Kaiser of the courtroom. I'm taking over the floor, so listen up, loyal viewers. The witness testimony. It wasn't deliberate, I tell you. Footage is meant to be edited, I tell ya. Scenes are spliced together, and long or boring scenes are cut out. All the stations edit footage this way. It wasn't like it was done maliciously or something. It was just a coincidence that particular scene was cut. It wasn't intentional. Or what? You got some proof that I had an authority move to edit the scene? Whatever, it's still the same thing. I see. So you're saying it was coincidence that the sword swapping scene was cut? That's right. Glad you got the picture.
Objection!
The Kardashian. Coincidence? That's just a little too convenient if you ask me. Oh, an objection! How cool! It sure packs a lot more punch when you hear it live. Do that again. I want to get another shot from a different angle. My objection is not for your entertainment. And cut! There! I got some good stuff there. Mr. Retinz, filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Whoops, my bad, Judge. And if the defense has an issue, it can be pointed out during its cross-examination. Here we go. Cross-examination. First, press them on, and then we'll see what's up. Footage is meant to be edited, I tell you. Scenes are spliced together.
Hold it!
Are you saying you thought they were boring scenes in Miss Wright's magic show? You gotta ask, that script and presentation deserve a place on the cutting room floor. Broadcasting that mess ass is, what the heck, would have been a complete disaster. That's why I had to edit the footage. It's just what a TV man does. What didn't you like about the show exactly? The whole thing. It was a major snooze fest. Maybe common folk like you don't get it. But our show's only as good as how loud, flashy, and trashy it is. It was plenty loud and flashy on its own. All you did was add trash. I suppose each industry has its own way of doing things. Just as we in the legal profession focus exclusively on evidence and testimony. Exactly, whether it's showbiz or legal biz, we do what we gotta do, get the job done. Anyway, editing the footage is just a matter of course in the TV industry. Okay. Press them.
Hold it!
It wasn't done maliciously, huh? But I get the distinct impression that you bear feelings of ill will toward Troop Gremier. Huh? What makes you think that? The things that you said, things yourself has said, whatever. It's too early for this in the morning. You'll see. I'll dig up the dirt, expose the dark heart behind the sweet smile. It's a flashback. I don't want to talk about this. And I also get the impression that you felt this way for a long time. Words such as those can be interpreted in many different ways. For example, though I bear the defense no ill will, I would not hesitate to say that he is a good-for-nothing lad of a lawyer. You bear me no ill will, could have fooled me. And yet, it is the truth. I am only strict on you as it seems you have strayed from the path. And if you have any objections, Mr. Justice, please continue on. Alright. It was just a coincidence that particular scene was cut. It wasn't intentional.
Hold it!
Of all the scenes you could have cut, why a sword switching trick? That seems a little too much of a coincidence to me. Oh, so now you're gonna tell me how I'm supposed to edit my programs, big shot? It's hard being the boss kid. You gotta make the tough choices, like which content gets cut. Then let me ask you this, why exactly did you make such a tough choice in this case? You wouldn't understand, Jim. It's all about artistic vision. I tell ya, people tell you how to do your job when they don't know the first thing about it. I may not know TV, but I know evidence law, and boy do I have some for you, champ. I might not be able to show you that your selected editing was intentional. What? However, I know you bear the defendant ill will and— oh, what the heck? Oh, wow, we're in this. We're on this. What the heck? What do I show? This is not even whatever. Okay. And it's costing us freaking— oh, what the heck? The first party will pay all expenses for the magic show. The second party will cover all program broadcasting rights to the first party if— the second party, which is Trucy, will cover all program broadcasting rights to the— oh, I get it. If through the fault of the second party, the show must be cancelled in part or full, the second party will— it's either the clipboard, which was the evidence, or the contract, so it's either one of those two things. How do we get into this? Press 4, board, or contract. Hey, it's both. Alright, hold up.
Take that!
This piece of evidence that you bear ill will toward the defendant? That thing? What could that possibly prove? But take a good look right here. Wouldn't you agree that it puts you in bad light? But looking bad and having evil intentions are two entirely different things. Look at me, for example. I'm not evil, but I am a bit of a bad boy. Oh, if I could be a bad boy myself. But bad lawyers get Hey! Hey! What the heck? Oh, thank you. I was about to say. Oh, thank you. Oh my god, what was that back there? What the heck? Press.
Hold it!
Yo, seriously, first the freaking Bonnie thing and now this? Really? That does not make sense. The guy is screwing me up. I'm telling you. That guy's screwing me up. It said board or contract. The board we're talking about is the clipboard, and the other one is the freaking contract that's only proving its worth. It's the only contract we have. So I don't know what other contract. It's either we have more than one option, so I'm just gonna collect freaking clipboard.
Take that!
Huh? What's that you got there? This is the contract you had Miss Wright sign just before the magic show. This contract between the first party takes to... I have no idea what's this. I don't understand anymore. I click clipboard and... I click clipboard and I click freaking contract, doesn't give me the contract. I click clipboard, it shows the contract. I don't understand anymore. If through the fault of the second party, the show must be cancelled in part or full, the second party will pay $3 million as compensation to the first party. $3 million? That's a completely unreasonable sum. I couldn't agree more, and of course, Miss Wright doesn't have that kind of money. Nevertheless, Roger Retinez had her sign this unreasonable contract anyway. Or more accurately, he conned her into signing it. Conned her? How did he do that? At least I got 5 strikes now. There's a trick to the clipboard that was used by Miss Wright to sign her contract. It houses carbon paper that can secretly copy her signature onto other documents. Oh, come on now, that's quite a nasty accusation you're slinging me my way. But Stardust, you don't have any proof I had nothing to do with that carbon paper stuff. Just because Juicy and our agency can't pay up doesn't mean that I can con her. Or can't, or whatever. But $3 million, that's totally out of reach for the average person. In any case, this is important new information. Please add to your testimony. Let me see, that's been...
Hold it!
This clipboard is yours though, isn't it, Mr. Retinz? Well, it belongs to the TV station anyway, that much I know. Maybe it was an old prop from one of our TV shows that got used by mistake. Or maybe you used it on purpose to con Miss Wright.
Objection!
Mr. Retinz has already stated that he did not. Mr. Justice, please do not use this trial to get out of paying your agency's debt. That's not what I'm doing! Proof Mr. Retinz is connected to carbon paper, huh? If Trucy's signature was copied onto the fake contract, then there must be an original contract that Trucy must actually did sign. True, but I bet Retinz is too savvy to leave something like that behind as evidence. Or what if her signature was copied onto more than just fake contract? Like a third document with Trucy's signature on it. Have we seen anything like that though? Yes, we have. Hey, what are you guys whispering out? Let me continue my testimony. So we show that freaking...
Hold it!
Before we press on and go back to consulting it... Oh, no others, I guess. You mean you only edit out the source reading trick scene and nothing else? Don't you think it's too much of a stretch to claim that there's a mere coincidence? No matter how artificial you find the affair, stranger things have happened on their own. That is, unless you have something with which to prove otherwise the fits. Well, if you have a valid criticism of Mr. Rennett's testimony, feel free to counter with evidence. Well, Apollo? It would should make things easier if we have some. I think the defense team needs to be edited out of this trial. That's what they need. Okay. He isn't really gonna put up this on TV, is he? Proof that Tracy's signature was copied, huh? But we don't have proof. Okay. True or do we? Okay. So we gotta show another signature that we have. That's just straight up says it right there. If it's not right, then this game's on crack or the guy's on crack. That's the plan script, and that's the notes. We gotta show this.
Objection!
You must be quite the con man if you can fool a magician with a simple trick. But if you think you can con a lawyer, you're very much mistaken. Hey kid, what could kill you to unadvocate? Whatever that means. In front of the camera. You know, like a newscaster. Think of the viewers. I'd like you to take a look at Miss Wright's signature here on this note. Now then, let's compare that signature to the one here on the contract. Well, look at that, they're exactly the same. That's right, Your Honor. Not just similar, but exactly the same. Nobody can sign their name in exactly the same way twice unless it's a copy. Yes, keep going. These signatures are proof positive that you conned Miss Wright. And they definitely prove your malicious intent. Not bad, lawyer guy. Didn't know you had it in you. You got some moxie. I know what that means. This is really getting interesting now. It'll get great ratings for sure. Don't try to dodge the issue, Mr. Retinz. The fact is that you bear ill will against my clients, so the show footage was definitely edited with malicious intentions. Isn't that right?
Objection!
What a forced argument, defense. All you have really proven is not his ill will toward Miss Wright, but his pecuniary greed. That's right. I want money, baby. Fat stacks of cheddar, that's all. After all, I never even crossed paths with Trucy Wright before this magic show. So I'd have absolutely no reason to bear her any ill will, right? You didn't bear her any ill will, huh? Bad chance. This guy definitely has some major hate for Trucy. We don't want to go to this flashback. I can't prove with anything, but the things he said all point to the fact. There must be something between the two of them that gave birth to this grudge. Some sort of connection that not even Trucy is aware of. Your Honor, I'd like to argue that Roger Retinez and Trucy Wright must have crossed paths before. There must be some hidden connection between them. Connection? What is it now? Just what are you getting at, Mr. Justice? It is futile to even ask, Your Honor. Surely it is just one of another defense's feckless claims.
Objection!
You don't seem to have a very high opinion of me, but once you hear my argument, you'll wish you'd taken me a whole lot more seriously. Will I really? Very well then, do proceed. Did you figure something out, Apollo? Nope, not a thing. What? That was just some good old-fashioned bluffing, courtesy of Mr. Wright's fine training. I hope you know what you're doing. If you're going to make such a bold claim, Mr. Justice, I hope you're ready to elaborate. Oh, what the heck? What is the hidden connection? Not dating. That's the only thing I can think of. That sleight of hand trick Mr. Retinz did during the recess earlier. What if Mr. Retinz is a magician too? What if? I believe it's up to defense to fill in the blanks, not me. Well, if he is, he may have some bad contact with Miss Wright somewhere along the way. Your argument is hardly worth responding to. But by all means, please do continue. As a passage in the sacred scriptures of Cranianism states, he who gives a sermon to a monkey is himself a monkey. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you say to a dimwit, he isn't gonna get it anyway. But we saw Mr. Retinz perform a magic trick. He made his video camera disappear in the blink of an eye. Well, I think it would be pretty fun if I were a magician. You must have been seeing things. Want me to introduce you a good eye doctor? If a connection as tenuous as that is all it takes, then every magician in the country could potentially bear ill will toward the accused. I guess you're right. You're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, are you, short stuff? You would do well to cleanse that putrid mind of yours in the holy waters of Mount Pony. 3 days under a frigid waterfall, and even you should rise to the level of a monkey. Ha ha ha! A numbskull for a numbskull. Ah, well, this numbskull has thick skin, so there. I think I get what they're trying at. Even if he is a magician, it's not exactly a reason to bear a grudge against Juicy, is it? Hold it. I can think of one person. One magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Juicy. Or rather, one magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against True Gamier. Oh? Please tell me he's not him. No way! Please tell me he's not him. There's something wrong, Mr. Justice. Please tell me it's not him. Your Honor! The defense wishes to submit evidence at this time. I see, and what sort of evidence do you have for us? Evidence that points to the real killer, the one who had the motive to commit this crime. What? And what have you come up with this time, defense? Juicy Wright is the sole heir to the true Gamier and its name. This puts her square in the crosshairs of one particular magician. And this piece of evidence points to one person with a grudge. Please tell me it's not who I think it is. Please tell me it's not this guy.
Take that!
And who exactly are you naming, Mr. Justice? I knew it. Please tell me. 13 years ago, the great Mr. Rias belonged to the troupe Gamier. And then, the troupe ousted him, and Mr. Rias vowed to get revenge on them someday. And what better way to accomplish that than through ruination of their sole heir? Well, Mr. Rias is the victim, Mr. Justice. You name a gentleman as your suspect. But is he really dead? I knew it! What do you mean, is he really dead? If the fact that Mr. Rias is the victim is what's throwing you off, then how about we consider this possibility? What if the man who died on stage yesterday wasn't Mr. Rias? Because he's right in front of us. What? You mean the victim was an imposter? He's right in front of us. Not Mr. Rias, then what about the real Mr. Rias? It would mean the real Mr. Rias is still alive. That's absurd. Because he's right there in front of us. Because the only thing that threw me off this entire turnabout was that Mr. Rias is still too young. Mr. Justice, who is the real Mr. Rias, if not the victim of this case? It's all coming together now. I finally see the gimmick, the trick to this entire case. Because when we saw that person, he looks exactly the same from before he was killed. And now, that was the entire question. This should explain everything, Your Honor. The real killer, the one who hated Troupe Gamier and wanted to sully its name? I'm telling you, looking at that guy, he was just too young, exactly the same from that poster. The magician lurking in the shadows who set up to the fake Mr. Rias in his stead. The real Mr. Rias is none other than...
Take that!
But that's... Yes it is. Retinez. It is the real Mr. Rias. What? Him?
Objection!
Oh, hollow red pepper, your impotent seed, sprout not but meaningless empty words. You can't possibly have proof to support such an outlandish theory. It's not a bad idea for a soap opera, but not even die-hard fans of genre would stick around past the pilot. You want proof? Well, I got proof. I can prove it by proving that the Mr. Retinez and Yes's magician show was a fake. And to do that, I didn't notice either. I just need to look at this spot. And the one in the video had no scar. Present.
Take that!
This is the injury Mr. Retinez sustained while practicing a magic 13 years ago. However, the video the victim shot himself shows no trace of that injury. Oh my, you're absolutely right. Now, Mr. Retinez, what do we supposed to do? We find if we took a look at your right forearm. Is there by chance a nasty 13-year-old scar under that sleeve of yours? Well, Mr. Retinez, why don't you roll up your sleeve and let the court have a look? Or are you hiding something else up there? Come on now, I have nothing up my sleeve. I don't need to hide anything up there because I require no tricks or gimmicks. For you see, my magic is the real deal. There he is. Is this what you were hoping to see? Oh, there it is! The scar! Just as I thought. That's right, I am the forgotten magician, abandoned to the dark understage of history. The great Mr. Retinez. Oh god. This is totally absurd! Welcome to America. How ironic, you wouldn't you say, that the odious mark carved into me by Group Troop Clamier would bring me back into the limelight once more. Strange are the comic threads before me. Welcome to America. If the witness is the real Mr. Retinez, then who was the victim who perished in that magic show? He was but a fan. I met him on one of my programs several years ago. He said he had become a magician out of admiration for the great Mr. Retinez. I am confident I told him my true identity and let him take on my mentor. And when did this man take over for you? About 2 years ago. I taught him my tricks and even acted as his producer. And so a mere amateur became a popular magician overnight. Courtesy of my magic on the stage we call television. Hope you enjoyed the show. Not real show. You really had us all fooled. Well, basically a magician says that you're not supposed to, that the illusion is that if you see one thing, they're doing the trick behind their back, so the person's too busy looking at one object. So I guess the death was the one object and Mr. Retinez was the illusion, or the fake one was the illusion, the real one was somewhere else. Mr. Retinez, or should I say Mr. Retinez, in your hatred of the true Gramier, you killed the victim, Mr. Mystery, and had sent Miss Wright to take the fall, didn't you? You did all just to tarnish the Gramier name. Oh-ho. I have no idea what you're talking about, lad. I set out the prank, that much is true, but it was simply a harmless joke on Trucy, I assure you. Yes, she learned of the plan and made use of it to commit murder. That is how strongly the criminal element runs in the blood of these Gramiers.
Objection!
But if it was a secret prank planned by that very few people knew about it, couldn't you have the one to use it for murder instead? Ah! What? Yikes! Huh? His head! Just kidding. What the heck was that? Heed my words, loyal lad, for I fear your grasp on reality is slipping. I do believe I tell you that my magician magic is real. It employs neither tricks nor gimmicks. Enough of the ambiguity, whatever that means. Why don't you make your point out already? My alibi is pristine as ever, wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Sanmari? Yes, I suppose that is correct. The witness does have a solid alibi. What? Recall the fact that at the time of the magic show, Mr. Retinz was at Take-Two television. A fact that many people can easily attest to. Ah, that's right. I forgot all about that. Oh, so what do you think, Your Honor? Would you like me to testify on that matter? Yes, I think you would better. Please tell the court more of your alibi. Okay, I think I'll be ending up today's episode right here, ladies and gentlemen. This episode was all about Mr. Retinz. In the next episode, we go over to the real great Mr. Ria's identity. So anyways, make sure to hit that like button, comment performance. If you're new, if you're like to see, click subscribe button. This is StrugglesXTV, and I'm signing out.